What's going on? Play Gaming here, back with another Epic 7 video, and today we got a sneak preview at some massive updates that are coming to Epic 7. So here we go. So we're looking at the improvements preview for the end of the month for June 23rd, starting off with 3 improvements that they are going to make in Epic 7. And these, I think, are potentially game-changing for certain areas of the game. So here we go, starting with the first one, which is the equipment set improvements. So starting off with the first, which is the injury set. So they are buffing injury set from 6% up to 12%. This is right away gonna make Injury Bellion insane. Her damage is going to stack up like crazy. Right away, Bellion, right? Bellion and any other unit that has a lot of AoE attacks. Injury set can potentially be viable now. Destruction set as well is getting a buff. Before it was 40% damage increase. Now it's a 60% crit damage increase, which is kind of nuts, right? It's a total of 60% crit damage increase. That's gonna make, does that make this set the best set for raw damage? I mean, it was already pretty decent before, right? I mean, a lot of people were overcapping on crit damage before, so I can only imagine now that it's 60%. We gotta farm some more Banshees. That's, I think, Banshees and Katie's. So if you don't have your Bellion on injury set, you're definitely gonna want on injury set now, because it's gonna be pretty good. It's gonna be pretty good. Moving on to the World Arena Battle Frenzy adjustments. So the World Arena Battle Frenzy effect is increased from 4 to 5. The adjustments are going to be as you see on the screen right now. So the current Battle Frenzy effects are here. You get a 10% increase in attack stage 1, and then you go up by 10 up until stage 4, which goes up by 20% attack. And then of course, you get a loss in your max health and max healing, all the way to Frenzy 9, which is fine. But what they're changing is they are reducing the amount of attack that you gain on the first Frenzy stage. But they're reducing the barrier percentage, right? So right away, that's a counter to barrier units. FCC, right? Hua-Young, now Eula, right? Because she gets barriers, right? Or any other unit that gives barriers. Emilia, Diane, all of those units now are getting a barrier percentage decrease every single round of Battle Frenzy, which is, it's interesting. I think it's still a pretty decent way of kind of nerfing units, right? Because you're not nerfing a unit directly. You're nerfing a mechanic, I guess you could say, gradually over time. And this is only an RTA, right? And as you can see, it starts off as a 10% barrier decrease, and it goes all the way to 90% decrease. So this will make managing Hua-Young's and not getting soloed by the huge barrier that she gets a bit more viable, right? But now people are just gonna build Sigurd's lifesteal Hua-Young or something. I don't know, but I mean, at least that's something new, right? But I do feel bad for FCC with DJB, and then now this barrier. It's a feels bad for FCC mains, but maybe her gear is gonna be better on Eula now or something. I don't know. We'll see. It looks like that they are keeping the advantageous element. So the way that it is right now, if you are at an advantageous element, the damage that you receive is decreased by 30%. So that's going to stick. But they are changing the Soulweaver speed. So as it is right now, it's 15 speed. They're going to change that down to 7 speed. I think that's fine. I think 7 speed is slightly better, because right now you're seeing like 300, 305, 310 DNs, and it's just insane. I mean, you're still going to see 300 DNs, but not as many, right? Because just wait until we take a look at the next buffs. So moving on, we are getting a Soulweaver constellation adjustment. So all of the Soulweavers are getting buffs because they are adjusting the constellations. And so they are buffing every single constellation. And we'll look at what units for each constellation they're buffing. Let's take a look at the Taurus units here. 5-star Ray, his base speed used to be 110. Now it's going to be 117. He's getting a 400, I believe 400 HP buff from that constellation. Sinful Angelica is also getting a buff, 114 speed. Moving on to Gemini. Gemini are getting some more effect res and some more speed. You'll see here that Dien, Elena, Shuna, Emilia, 105 base speed. Before it was 103, so they're getting a 2 speed bump. Along with some more effect res, which is kind of nutty. They're getting 12% effect res. So they're getting a total of 2 speed, right? 2 speed. But if you're playing them in RTA, they're getting an additional 7. So that's what, 9 speed buff, right? Total if you're playing RTA, which I know most people that are going to be trying to run these are going to be in RTA. So Soulweavers are getting massive buffs, which is nice. Cancer units, 89 base speed was the original base speed for Cancer units. So 89 base speed, and that's moving up to 100 base speed, which is actually pretty nice. So Destina is now a 100 base speed unit, which is great. She's getting massive speed buffs. I think she really needs it, especially if you're playing her in RTA, right? You know, you'll see here that some 4-stars are also getting some base speed increases. Angelica, Kizuna AI, and Shooting Star Katie's 98 base speed here, and Doris and Magic Scholar Doris 96 base speed, which is it's always a benefit when, you know, 4-stars and 3-stars also get some buffs, so that's pretty nice. Virgo, some more speed, defense, and some more speed. You'll see that the Virgo Soulweavers here are going to be Maid Chloe. So before Maid Chloe was 104 base speed. Now she's getting a 2 speed bump, which I think is fine. And she's getting some more HP and defense. You know, it's, I think for her, she probably needed effect res, right? But I mean, I think that's fine. She's getting more speed. You can make her faster, tankier, right? If you really wanted to. So that's pretty nice. My girl Rin is also getting some more speed. 104 base speed makes her pretty fast. And then Lucy is getting 102 base speed. So that's pretty fast for a 3-star unit, right? Libra units are getting some more bulk and some more speed as well. So you'll see here, Libra, 3-star unit, Aether, they're showcasing here, right? 103 base speed and some health and attack. Sagittarius, this is excluding Requiem Roar, right? That's how you say it. So that's excluding her. Why? I'm not too sure. But this includes Tamarin and DJB. So Desert Jewel Basar. Tamarin, I'm all for speed buffs. Give me some more speed on Tamarin. Before, their 6-star awakening stats was 108 base speed. So now they're at 111, which I think is pretty fine. They're getting some more effectiveness and some attack. I don't really care too much about the attack, right? But they are increasing the effectiveness to 12%, which is nice. It was 0%. So now Tamarin can land her strips right on the S1, and DJB can land his stuns on the S1. That's going to be a bad time. But we got Sagittarius. They're getting some effectiveness here because they did not have effectiveness and some attack. And this is also going to include Aquarius star signs, and they're getting some speed and attack. You'll see 3-star Hazel here and Mascot Hazel getting 101 base speed. Pisces, we have Ruel of Light, which is a pretty slow unit, right? 98 base speed. She's getting some more speed and she's getting some effect res, which I think definitely helps her out. I think that's one of the main reasons why you don't see her a lot anymore, right? She's single target, but she's also pretty low base speed. She doesn't have built-in effect res, so you need a lot of stats to make sure she doesn't get debuffed, and it's pretty difficult to build her. But now She's at 102, and she gets 12% effect res, which is, I think, perfectly fine. She's getting more defense. I think she already has a pretty decent defense, but hey, that's a lot, right? All of the Soulweavers except Requiem Roar are getting buffed for some reason. But let me know your thoughts about this preview. Do you think Injury Set is now broken? What about Destruction Set? Is that also completely broken? Is that going to be the main damage set to go now? Who do you think is going to benefit from this buff to these to these gear sets, right? Like always, if you haven't enjoyed the video, hit that like button. If you haven't subscribed, hey, think about subscribing. It really helps the channel grow and reach more people like you who like content like this. Like always, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Peace.